My dream was to go to college. That was one of the most difficult situations of my life.
Estábamos en un problema muy duro, problema económico.
It was a struggle sending resumes all over the place and try to get the first foot in the door.
My struggle was to develop my financial plan.
I was in the airport and this woman didn't know where to go. Some poor guy was trying to explain to her where she needed to go. His Spanish wasn't quite there, but I stopped and interrupted them and said, "Hi, hablo español, ¿te puedo ayudar?"
I was looking for a place where I could contribute something and yet build my Spanish.
With the Latino Youth Leadership Conference, I was able to get those resources that I needed to apply for college.
The Latin American Association and the incredible program helped me to develop my own financial plan. I did it.
And it was because of the LAA at a job fair I was able to get my very first job out of college and to be able to continue in the amazing career in which I still am today.
Le encontramos apoyo, recursos económicos, cuando en realidad uno los necesita, te abren las puertas.
Taking Spanish classes here at the LAA, I am able to help a community that might not be connected in another way.
There's a business level of Hispanics in Atlanta. On the other hand, you have people that are coming here and doing tree work or fixing roofs, and you can be in touch with all of them.
We helped over 40,000 families and individuals on an annual basis, and the future is bright, but the LAA plays an important role in that.
Thank you for making the LAA your cause, because without you, this community would not exist.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Muchas gracias.
Good afternoon, everyone. On behalf of the Latin American Association, welcome to this special event, the 31st Compañeros Awards Luncheon. This new virtual event is quite special, and we thank you so much for tuning in today. I'm George Estevez, news anchor for WSB TV Channel 2 Action News in Atlanta. You can catch me at 5 and 11, Monday through Friday. Selfless plug. I'm going to be your master of ceremonies for today, and I'd like to start by recognizing our heroes, doctors, nurses, medical staff, and all frontline workers, many of which are Latinos, for their incredible labor of love. During COVID-19, they put themselves at risk every single day, facing big challenges, but responding with courage and exemplary professionalism. Thank you so much for your hard work and support during this difficult time for all of us. Thank you for being our heroes. Virtual round of applause. All right. The Latin American Association, or the LAA, has been a pillar in the Latino community for almost 50 years. The LAA's mission is to empower Georgia's Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive, and give them a vision to provide opportunity for all. The LAA is the region's leading agency representing Georgia's Latino issues. The LAA offers a targeted menu of direct services that helps Latino individuals assimilate and become contributing members of Georgia's community. As we will see today, the LAA has done tremendous work in our community, and there's more to be done, right? But it cannot be done without your support. As you hear more about the LAA, feel inspired to give. Please text LAA to 76278 to make the LAA your cause. And remember, every dollar makes a difference no matter the amount. And now let me introduce you to the LAA Executive Director, Anibal Torres, for a special recognition to all our sponsors that have maintained their commitment and support of the LAA during this trying time.
Good afternoon, and thanks for joining us for our first virtual Compañeros Awards ceremony. For the past 30 years, we have celebrated the Compañeros annual award ceremony every spring with a luncheon. But this year, as we all adjust to this new normal, we wanted to make sure to bring you a Compañeros experience even if we could not gather at the Georgia Aquarium like we do every spring. It is my pleasure to welcome you to the LAA's first virtual signature event. We hope that you enjoy the programming we have prepared for you today. 2 months ago, the world changed, and we had to adjust to a new reality, giving us the opportunity to serve and interact with our community in new ways. In normal times, the work of the LAA is certainly important, but it's at times like this that the work that we do is even more critical. Our community relies on us now more than ever, and we are here to serve their needs as we go through this difficult time. I would like to recognize and honor my staff for the work they do every single day. I have always thought very highly of the people who work at the LAA. But over the past couple of months, I have seen their dedication to our community rise to new levels as we have switched to serving our families virtually. Thank you to the entire staff on Buford Highway, in Lawrenceville, and in Dalton, for rising to the occasion to serve our families. I am honored to call you my colleagues. On March 17th, 3 months ago, we realized that we could not keep our building open without compromising the safety and health of our staff and clients. As we transitioned to virtual operations, we all had learned quickly how to do things differently. I am proud to say that all of our departments, with the help of technology, have found ways to serve our community remotely during this time of need. We have been doing food drive at Plaza Fiesta to ensure our community has access to high-quality food, thanks to a partnership with the Atlanta Community Food Bank, Telemundo Atlanta, and Plaza Fiesta. We have also helped distribute prepared meals provided by the Atlanta Braves. The annual Compañeros Luncheon and the significant fund it raises for the Latin American Association's core programs and services could not be possible without the support of our extraordinary sponsors. We are grateful for your partnership and for all you do to support the LAA and the Latino community in Georgia. First and foremost, thank you to today's presenting sponsor, the Coca-Cola Company. We are incredibly honored to have Coca-Cola return as a presenting sponsor for Compañeros this year. The Latin American Association is very appreciative of our long-standing partnership with Coca-Cola and for the many contributions of the company and Coca-Cola team members to LAA events and programs over the years. Next, I would like to recognize our platinum sponsor, Cox Enterprises. Cox has also been a long-term friend of the LAA and for many contributions, especially today's technical assistance for this event. A huge thank you to our gold sponsors, Delta Airlines, UPS. I'd also like to recognize our silver sponsor, Castananleca, City of Brookhaven, Georgia Power, Mohawk, and Up Advertising. And our table host, Austin & Bird, Bank of America, BB&T Suntrust, now Truist, the Goizueta Business School, Mercy Care, and the Rotary Club of Buckhead. Last, but certainly not least, we'd like to recognize our Compañeros patrons, Center State Bank and Augusto Michael Trujillo. And I'd also like to thank the media sponsors today, Univision and WSB TV. Thank you very much to all of our sponsors for your generous support. I'd like to mention that our sponsors have remained committed to supporting Compañeros and the LAA as we navigate these challenging economic times. I truly thank you. We will be honoring soon extraordinary work from members of our community. And we will also be highlighting stories, amazing stories, that show the impact of our work. We ask you to donate via the text that will appear on the screen so that we can continue to empower Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive. Thank you and enjoy Compañeros. And we look forward to seeing you at the Georgia Aquarium on April of 2021. And now, I am pleased to introduce Peter Villegas, Vice President and Head Office of Latin Affairs at the Coca-Cola Company North America. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Peter Villegas.
Buenos dias, damas y caballeros. My name is Peter Villegas, and on behalf of the Coca-Cola Company, we are proud to continue our support for the Latin American Association and recognize this year's awardees. The association has seen a significant increase in the amount of calls they are receiving for assistance with rent, utilities, and other important necessities. Now more than ever, the association needs support to help provide the services needed by our community. For those of you who have already contributed to the association, we say thank you. To those who are still considering, we invite you. We urge you to join us in supporting this much needed work. We also want to congratulate all the honorees for this year: Alicia, Michael, Stratton, Maritza, Mercy Care, and our friends at Cox Enterprises. Their support and their leadership for this work is essential to the success of the association. Congratulations, well deserved, and I want to thank the Latin American Association for your leadership in our communities. Please enjoy the lunch.
All the starts to grow. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. That's how a superhero learns to fly. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been working every day and night. That's how a superhero learns to fly. She's got a lion in her heart, a fire in her soul. He's got a beast in his belly that's so hard to control. Cause they've taken too much hits, they go blow by blow. Now light him at stand back, watch him explode. She's got a lion in her heart, a fire in her soul. He's got a beast in his belly that's so hard to control. Cause they've taken too much hits, they go blow by blow. Now light him at stand back, watch him explode. Explode, 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 explode. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. That's how a superhero learns to fly. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been working every day and night. That's how a superhero learns to fly. Every day, every hour, turn the pain into power. Oh yeah. When you've been fighting for it all your life, you've been struggling to make things right. That's how a superhero learns to fly.
The LA Ambassador Award is given in recognition of an individual or group whose remarkable work exemplifies the LAA's mission to empower Latinos to adapt, integrate, and thrive. I'm pleased and privileged today to present the award for the 2020 LAA Ambassador of the Year to Mrs. Alicia Phillip. She's president of the Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta, a philanthropic anchor institution dedicated to strengthening the Atlanta region in 2017. She celebrated her 40th year with the foundation, which is, well, in its history has given away more than $1.7 billion to nonprofit organizations in the Atlanta region, throughout the U.S. and across the globe. She leads a team of experts that strengthen the 23-county Atlanta region by inspiring philanthropy to increase the vitality of our region and the well-being of all residents. The foundation grants out more than $100 million annually to thousands of nonprofit organizations. Congratulations, Alicia Phillip.
Gracias por este honor. La Asociación Latinoamérica significa mucho para mí. As the president of the Community Foundation for Greater Atlanta, I've had many opportunities to see the Latin American Association in action, both as an advocate for the Latin American community, as well as providing valued services. And as an individual, I've certainly benefited from my 12 years of Spanish instruction. Shout out, Mary Terry is an awesome instructor. I hope to use my Spanish language skills as I develop them to live in Guatemala part of the time when I retire. Thank you, Latin American Association, for all you do, and thank you for this honor to me.
The LAA Pacesetter Award is named in honor of Mrs. Olga C. Goizueta and is presented to an individual or group whose extraordinary efforts have significantly advanced the Latino community in Georgia and carried on Mrs. Goizueta's lasting legacy. This year, I'm honored to present it to a good friend of the LAA and a true champion of the Latino community, Mercy Care. In the early 1980s, the seeds of Mercy Care were sown by volunteer physicians, nurses, and other staff from St. Joseph's Hospital who took to the streets of downtown Atlanta, going into soup kitchens and shelters because they felt they had left their most vulnerable patients behind when the hospital moved to the suburbs. Today, Mercy Care continues to carry that torch and focus on the most vulnerable in our community. So it is now my honor to present the 2020 Olga C. de Goizueta Pacesetter Award to Mercy Care.
Hi, I'm Alan Bradford, President of Mercy Care. Thank you for honoring our team of professionals in Mercy Care Chamblee with the 2020 Olga Goizueta Pacesetter Award. The Goizueta legacy lives on through her family foundation and the great work of the Latin American Association. We're proud to be your partner in this community. For over 30 years, we've provided primary care services for the residents along the Atlanta-Beaufort Highway corridor who are mostly uninsured. The small clinic we had been at capacity for many years. The result of over 700 individuals and organizations funding a replacement clinic is Mercy Care Chamblee. The first time our patients toured the clinic, they were visibly touched because we had built it for them. We now provide not only primary care services to keep people healthy and chronic conditions under control, but also dental, vision, health education, behavioral health, and psychiatry for adults and children. And we have a thriving pediatric practice through our affiliation with Children's Healthcare of Atlanta. I'm now going to turn it over to Neri Lucena Velez, our practice administrator in Chamblee.
Thank you, Alan. Gracias, Alan. No me caben las palabras para expresar lo orgullosa que me siento de mi equipo de trabajo de Mercy Care Chamblee. Ellos abogan por cada familia, por cada paciente que entra por las puertas de nuestra clínica. Ellos no solo se preocupan por la salud de nuestros pacientes, sino que les ayudan a encontrar los recursos que ellos necesitan. Escriben cartas para mantener las familias unidas. Nosotros les proveemos suplidos de escolares y regalos para las familias que los necesitan. Además de eso, en estos momentos que están siendo unos tiempos muy difíciles, ellos están pendientes de estos pacientes y sus familiares, y aún de entre ellos entre sí. Es un honor para mí, un honor bien grato para mí, tener a toda esta gente fabulosa, maravillosa, detrás de mí representando a Mercy Care Chamblee. Vamos a darnos un fuerte aplauso y recibir este award.
The Corporate Champion Award is given to a corporate partner who has significantly supported the Latino community. This year, I'm honored to present the 2020 Corporate Champion Award to a company that has been exceedingly supportive of the LAA and the Latino community in Georgia, even making this event possible today. Cox Enterprises is dedicated to building a better future through leading communications and automotive companies. Cox understands the importance of serving the communities where employees and customers live and work. For Cox, philanthropy is more than a buzzword. It's a mission and an opportunity to use time, talent, and technology in ways that strengthen cities, businesses, and future generations. It is my pleasure to present this award to Cox today, represented by Gaston Veneri, Senior Vice President of Brands at Cox Communications.
Hello, I'm Gaston Veneri, Senior Vice President for Brands at Cox. At Cox, we believe that our lives, our families, our communities are better with more moments of real human connection. And that's one of the reasons why I'm particularly thankful to the LAA for finding a way, despite coronavirus, to bring us, all of us, together, virtually together for Compañeros. It is very important for us. I think we need this community to be as close as it can in these moments. We're always very proud of being supporters of the LAA. We're particularly proud of supporting the LAA this year because we've seen the LAA adapt to the phenomenal needs that our community has because of the coronavirus crisis. The community was hit by coronavirus and the economic consequence of coronavirus probably harder than anybody else in Atlanta. And the LAA has quickly pivoted its services to make sure that they give the community the support that it needs right now. For that, but for everything that the LAA does for Latinos in Atlanta, we feel privileged that we can support with our time, our people, and our resources, the mission of the LAA. I want to thank the LAA on behalf of Cox for this award today, and I want to reassure that we have the commitment to continue supporting our Latino community in Atlanta by supporting the LAA. Thank you.
The next successful story is very inspiring. It is so great to see how families find hope with the LAA and they can continue to adapt, integrate, and thrive. So please keep in mind that your donations help the LAA continue its mission to helping many families and individuals.
Hello, my name is Yuris Moreno, and I would like to share my experience with the Latin American Association. Last January, me and my daughter moved to Georgia, and we moved into a single rented room. I had no job, I had no help, I didn't know anybody. Then I came across with the association, and they were offering a banking training program, and I enrolled in right away. Being there, I was still looking for a job, and I was desperate. So I asked for help, and they helped me to rent an apartment and to get a job. That's why I encourage you to donate, because your contribution is going to improve the lives of many people. Thank you.
It's my pleasure to present keynote speaker, Dr. Carlos Del Rio. Carlos Del Rio, MD, is professor of medicine in the Division of Infectious Diseases at Emory University School of Medicine, and also professor of global health and epidemiology at the Rollins School of Public Health. He is also executive associate dean for Emory at Grady, PI and co-director of the Emory Center for AIDS Research, and co-PI of the Emory CDC HIV Clinical Trials Unit. Dr. Del Rio is a native of Mexico, where he attended medical school at la Universidad La Salle, graduating in 1983. He did his internal medicine and infectious diseases residencies at Emory University in 1989. He returned to Mexico, where he was executive director of the National AIDS Council of Mexico from 92 through 96. In November of 1996, he returned to Emory, where he's been involved in teaching and research. Dr. Del Rio was chief of the Emory Medical Service at Grady Memorial Hospital from 2001 to 2009, and is currently the interim executive associate dean for Emory at Grady. He's co-authored 5 books, 30 book chapters, and over 300 scientific papers. Here he is, Dr. Carlos Del Rio.
I want to thank you for inviting me to speak at the Latin American Association, and I want to give you an update on the COVID situation. COVID is now in its 5th month, and it started in China as a typical pneumonia in the city of Wuhan. And as of now, we have over 5 million cases worldwide and over 300,000 deaths worldwide. Here in the United States alone, we have over 1.5 million cases and over 90,000 people that have died of COVID. And just to give you an idea, we now have more COVID deaths in the United States than they have been total cases in China. The epidemic right now is growing in some parts of the world, like Russia and Brazil. And areas of concerns continue to be Latin America, places like Mexico, and also other countries in the region like Ecuador and Peru, who are having significant epidemics. Here in the United States, the worst of the epidemic was in New York City, but we're beginning to see a decrease in number of cases in New York. But at the same time, we're seeing increase in other parts of the country. In the state of Georgia, we are right now in a sort of a steady state. The number of cases are stable or probably starting to come down, but an area of concern continues to be our ICU capacity. We do have, our ICUs are about 70% occupied. I think one of the things that we've learned in this epidemic in this country is the disproportionate impact it has had on racial and ethnic minorities. African Americans have been severely impacted by the epidemic, but also have Hispanics. And in fact, here in Georgia, we've seen a growth in the number of cases of Hispanics, primarily those working in the chicken industry, and as a place where this disease has had a significant impact. So when I think about COVID, I think we're all clearly at risk, but some people are at higher risk, and they're at higher risk because of social conditions. It's because they're in poverty, because they work in crowded conditions, because they're not able to do the things that you and many of us have been able to do, which is shelter at home, stay at home, practice social distancing, and other things that we continue to recommend. So what can we do now? Well, there's a lot of research happening, and we're finding therapies, novel therapies. We're in the search for a vaccine. We're not there yet, but obviously research is important. But the most important thing we need to do right now is try to limit the spread of the infection. And we do that through a variety of mechanisms. We do that by practicing social distancing. We do that by wearing a mask, by frequent hand washing, by cleaning high contact areas, and really by being careful about not touching our face, because it is really when you touch your face that you put yourself at risk of infection. I think many of us are working and trying to figure out ways that we can safely bring people back into work and restart our economy, because one side effect of the COVID epidemic, an important one, is as we did shelter at home, a significant number of people lost their jobs, and it has caused a significant economic downturn, which can certainly have tremendous impact also in health and in well-being of individuals. So bottom line, we're at a critical point in this epidemic. I think as the country is beginning to open, we don't want to see an increase in number of cases. So we want to continue practicing social distancing. We want to continue being careful, wearing masks. And above all, we want to be taking care of ourselves, because this summer could be where we see an increased number of cases if we don't take this seriously, if we think this is gone, and if we don't do the right things. And that could be quite devastating for our healthcare system and for our communities. So please hang in there. This too shall pass. We all need to be vigilant. We all need to be well informed, and we all need to be capable of not getting infected, so we don't continue spreading this epidemic. Again, thank you very much for having me with you, and I wish you all a very good day.
A special thank you to Dr. Carlos Del Rio for that wonderful speech. And now to announce the winner of the Compañeros Scholarship of $2,500 from Caston and Lecca. Let me introduce to you Mr. Daniel Caston.
Congratulations, Mitzi. All of your hard work and dedication have paid off. The sacrifices and choices that you've made to get you this far are important ingredients that you're going to need to continue on the path towards achieving your dreams. Well done.
Hey Mitzi, on behalf of Dan, myself, and the whole Caston and Lecca team, we are proud to present this scholarship to you. We hope that you have a great time over there at Georgia State University and your career.
Hello, my name is Mitzi Flores and I'm a senior at Meadow Creek High School. I've had the incredible opportunity to be with the Latino Youth Leadership Academy since 7th grade, and I'm extremely grateful for all the opportunities it has granted me. For example, this scholarship. Being with the LYLA has allowed me to gain a lot of college resources and create lasting friendships. In the fall, I will continue my film pathway at Georgia State University. So thank you, Caston and Lecca, for this amazing scholarship that allowed me to afford the equipment I need in order to further my studies. Thank you once again, and stay safe.
The Volunteer of the Year Award is given each year to an LAA volunteer who has gone above and beyond in serving the Latino community. Award recipients are people who have shown unparalleled passion, dedication, and expertise in their work. They're volunteers who put their heart into every aspect of their service and have inspired a multitude of individuals with their selflessness. Augusto Michael Trujillo, an Atlanta native with deep Cuban roots, has been a member of the Latin Fever Ball Guild, the committee of volunteers who dedicate their time, creativity, and resources to make the Latin Fever Ball the principal fundraising event of the LAA. In addition to his tenured volunteerism, LAA staff and board members chose Trujillo for his loyal support of the LAA and his deft resourcefulness as a member of the Latin Fever Ball Guild. Please join me in welcoming Augusto Michael Trujillo, the Volunteer of Year 2020.
How big is your family? The typical answer includes your parents, children, and siblings, but my answer includes the 7.8 billion people around the world. When my parents, grandparents, and cousins immigrated from Cuba, they received help from the kindness of strangers here in the United States. I volunteer with the LAA because I want to return this kindness to the many global family members who seek a better life here in Georgia, especially those from Latin American countries. Supporting the Latin American community is in my blood, as my grandmother worked and volunteered with the LAA when it first started. My parents, siblings, and cousins are longtime volunteers and supporters, and 11 years ago, my mommy was a Compañeros Award recipient. After many years of volunteering and supporting the Latin Fever Ball, I officially became a member of the Latin Fever Guild in 2013. I must thank the past and current members of the Guild and the LAA staff who plan and execute the best party in Atlanta. While the Latin cuisine, drinks, and sounds of salsa, merengue, and reggaeton are highlights, the most heartwarming part of the evening is hearing the touching stories of beneficiaries who've been helped by the LAA. I want to thank my mommy and papi. For over 55 years, they have been pillars of the Latin American community here in Georgia and shaped the person I have become. I'd also like to thank my siblings, nieces, and godchildren, and the entire Del Rio, York, Aleman, and Trujillo families. Thank you to all my friends who have supported me and the causes I so deeply care about. I love all of you. Congratulations goes out to all the winners, especially Stratton Frank, who is a longtime family friend, and Cox Enterprises, which was my first employer after college. Gracias a la asociación por este premio. The LAA staff, las personas que reciben esta ayuda, and the LAA supporters, you are my family.
The Inspiration Award recognizes an individual or group that captivates, inspires, and motivates, and who exemplifies the Latin American Association's vision of opportunity for all. The Inspiration Award is a community-nominated award. The response was overwhelming this year. Though a nearly impossible task, these submissions were narrowed down to a group of finalists, with the winner selected by a committee of LAA and community leaders. Maritza Morelli, nominated by Ashley Luman, exemplifies these qualities. Maritza is the executive director of educational nonprofit Los Niños Primero. The nonprofit serves low-income Latino children, youth, and families living in Atlanta since 2001. The nonprofit has grown from serving 17 underserved preschool students to serving over 740 children, youth, and adults throughout Georgia. Maritza's leadership has established Los Niños Primero as a trusted resource to Atlanta's underserved Latino population. A visionary and compassionate leadership has fostered a trust in the Latino immigrant community that benefits and serves all Atlanta residents by inspiring a more civically engaged, healthy, stable, and educated population. Please join me in welcoming Maritza Morelli, the Inspiration Award winner of 2020.
Buenos días, soy Maritza Morelli. Thank you to the Latin America Association for all the work that you do supporting the Latino population. I feel very grateful to be in the position to inspire others. In one way or another, each of us has been shaped by the circumstances of our lives. I grew up in Venezuela in a family of 4 children. My mother was a housewife. My father was a politician. My father and mother were self-taught and did not graduate from college. But both consider education to be the most valuable gift you can offer to a human being. They knew, shaped by their own circumstances, that education would be the best inheritance they could leave us. The drive for education was in my blood way before I was born. My parents did an extraordinary job because education has been my passion for the last 30 years. When I moved to this country, like many of you, I lost my sense of belonging. It was by creating a space for others like me and learning to understand the new circumstances, I was able to rebuild my identity in a new culture. Since then, I have dedicated my time to passing on the importance of education to children. I am a firm believer that when we educate our minds or hearts, we are better equipped to build a more equal world. Today, I would like to dedicate the Inspirational Award to each one of you who are very familiar with the uncertainty and have the conviction that this difficult time will pass. To you, the silent heroes that face adversity every day and have the dignity to be a good role model to our children. I dedicate this to you. You all inspire me. Some of you are in this world, some decided to transcend to another. To all of you, gracias.
The Cornerstone Award is a distinct honor given to an instrumental founder and lifelong supporter of the Latin American Association. Stratton Frank became involved in the LAA because of a letter in 1971 from founder Angel Ortiz. A DeKalb County Deputy Sheriff, Ortiz recognized the need for helping a rapidly growing Latino population and was seeking assistance to establish an office for this purpose. This was the beginning of a friendship, professional and personal, which would last many years. Stratton and Angel worked together establishing an office and operations, including fundraising, staffing, board development, and programs. Frank is the LAA co-founder and lifetime member of the LAA Board of Directors and has chaired the board thrice. He was actively involved in the capital campaign for the construction for the LAA's current Buford Highway home. The LAA is forever grateful to Stratton and Angel for planting the seed more than 40 years ago, has become a pillar in the Latino community. So thank you, Stratton.
Unfortunately, Mr. Stratton couldn't record a video, but I wanted to share with you his message. Although it has been 48 years, I clearly remember the first time I heard the name of Angel Ortiz, founder of the Latin American Association, from a letter he had written to the regional office of the Department of Health, Education, and Welfare, asking for assistance for an organization named the Latin American Association. I remember clearly the first time I personally met Angel in 1971, learning of his compassion for and desire to help Hispanics and Latinos arriving daily in the Atlanta area. I remember the files located in the trunk of his car, and the association's first offices on Buford Highway in Chamblee and then Broadview Plaza. Since those days, the association has met the challenges of a growing Latino community, which has presented a multitude of different and changing needs with 10 different executive directors, many dedicated employees, board members, committees, and many sponsors whose financial investments in the LAA were so critical for its continued growth and significance in the community. 40 years later, in 2015, I rendezvoused with Angel for lunch in Orlando and learned that he has spent most of his time since we last met helping Latinos wherever he resided. Sadly, Angel Ortiz passed away last August 24th. I thank the LAA for this award, honoring me for my service and as co-founder. But more importantly, I thank the LAA for the opportunity of being a part of a very exciting and successful story, a story which has not yet ended. My involvement pales to the hours of planning, meetings, and fundraising by our staff, board members, and committees that has made the LAA what it is today. Thank you to all of you who helped make it happen.
The LAA has been a place that Latinos have been able to count on for almost 50 years. Can we count on you? Just remember, you can text LAA to 76278. And just remember, every dollar donated makes a difference. The LAA has done great work. And as you see here today, they're transforming lives. They're making a difference, and they provide hope to many when it feels like hope may be gone.
My name is Paula Arcia.
My name is Paula Arcia.
Soy sobreviviente de violencia doméstica.
I'm a survivor of domestic violence.
Estoy agradecida con la Asociación Latinoamericana.
I am thankful to the Latin American Association
por la ayuda recibida
for the help that I have received
del Departamento de Inmigración.
from the Department of Immigration.
Le doy gracias a las personas que aportan económicamente.
I want to say thank you to the people who help keep the association open financially.
A la Asociación Latinoamericana porque ellos ayudan a muchos hispanos.
So that they are able to help many Hispanics in need.
La ayuda que yo recibí
The help that I have received
fue de gran impacto a mi familia.
had a great impact on me and my family.
La gente que ayuda en la Asociación Latinoamericana
The people who assist you in the association
son personas amables y eficientes.
are very kind and efficient.
Muchas gracias y que Dios me los bendiga.
Thank you and may God bless.
Wow, what an amazing group of people that has changed so many lives, and seeing the impact is just incredible. Your support is more important now than ever. Don't forget, you can text LAA to 76278 if you'd like to help the LAA continue their work. Let me introduce you now to the board chair of the Latin American Association, Susana Chavez.
Hello, I want to thank you for being here today, for joining us for our first virtual Compañeros Luncheon. I'm grateful to you for joining us to honor those who have contributed so much to the Hispanic community and to support Latino immigrants build a better, brighter future for themselves and their family in the state of Georgia. We are so thankful to our sponsors, especially to the Coca-Cola Company, for their continued support as presenting sponsor and their longtime partnership with the LAA. We want to thank Jorge Esteves from WSB TV for serving as our MC today, to John Belcher and Cox helping to make this virtual event even possible. I especially want to congratulate all the award winners for their incredible service and commitment to the Latino community. Thanks to our staff and volunteers for their hard work and commitment. I also want to thank the LAA Board of Directors. They give generously of their time and resources. Without all of these people, we could not do the work that we do. And finally, a big thank you to all of the sponsors and individual contributors who have made the LAA your cause today. The LAA depends on you to do the critical work that we do. During the COVID-19 pandemic, the LAA has not skipped a beat. I am very proud of everyone on staff and everything that they do. It has really been just remarkable to watch. If you feel inspired by the stories you have heard today, I ask that you click on the donate button directly under this video. Every dollar you give will help our clients in this great time of need. Thank you. Have a wonderful day. We love you. We appreciate you. Thank you very much.
And thank you from the Resource Development Team. We're so glad you could join us today for this special Compañeros and hear from Dr. Del Rio and all our honorees that are making a difference in our community each and every day. And a special thank you to George Estevez for being our MC. We appreciate your support. Thank you so much. Have a great day and be safe.
Thank you from the Youth Department. Gracias del Departamento de Jóvenes. Muchas gracias por su apoyo.
Thank you so much for your support from the Economic Empowerment Department. Gracias por su apoyo.
Gracias, muchas gracias. De parte de todas las personas que trabajamos en la Asociación Latinoamericana, le damos las gracias.
On behalf of the Immigration Services Department, thank you for your support. De parte del Departamento de Servicios de Inmigración, gracias por su apoyo.
Thank you from the Family Wellbeing Department. Gracias de parte del Departamento de Bienestar Familiar. Gracias por su apoyo. Thank you for your support.